Hi everybody, welcome back. My name is Lynn and I am Pretty Papercraft 67, and today I am going to do part 3 of my creative design team project for Sue at Paper Inspirations. Please excuse my voice. My asthma is extremely bad at the moment because they've just been doing some controlled burning in my area. I live very close to bushland, so please excuse my gravelly voice. So part number 3 of my creative design team for Sue at Paper Inspirations. I've done a few videos. I will link them below. So we did a flip through of my first completed journal for the project, and I thought we would do a second one together, seeing I had so many supplies left over. So I have gone ahead. The last video that we did, we collaged the cover and I picked the papers. So I have worked a little bit ahead of time. I have sewn my signature in place using the coffee stained lace paper. And I have gone ahead and made some pockets and things like that that we'll add to the journal today. I've also made a little bit of ephemera, and we'll do a little bit more on camera today. So I think we'll just get stuck in. So I've just got a few of the supplies I want to work with. I've got the coffee stained cardstock, I've got the coffee stained lace paper, and a little bit of the paper that's left from the Kathy Holden paper pack. I will link all the products that I received in my design team kit down below. I will also link the previous videos down below as well. And I just want to mention before we start that Sue has been very generous in offering a discount code for any of the products that I am showing in the video today. So down below in the description box will be the code. It's Lynn. So if you choose to purchase any of these products over at Paper Inspirations, you can just key in that code and then you will get 10% off your order. All right, so first of all, I'm just gonna go in stages to what I have made in advance. So I've got the front cover little pocket, I've got a pocket for the inside cover, a larger pocket, and then I've got a pocket for the back cover. So we'll get a start on those. So this little front cover, first of all, this little front pocket, I should say, it's a piece of ephemera that came in the die cut kit. These are Kathy Holden. Now, I do have the names here somewhere. I kept my packaging. So, the die cut, oh, actually, I used that, didn't I? Flea Market Finds is the name of the die cut set. Actually, the whole range that I received is Kathy Holden Flea Market Finds. So I've taken a little die cut piece and I've just sewn around it, and I've just added another one of the die cut pieces with a gold brad. So I'm just going to stick that one straight down the middle, or straight down on the cover. So I'll do that first. We'll get that done, if my glue will cooperate. Oh yes, here we go. I'm just going to stick this straight down over the front cover. And I'm sort of lining it up just on the inside of my sewing mark there from the cover. Okay, so that's our first little focal piece on the cover, little pocket. And once that glue is dried, I have a few little bits and pieces to add into that. So we'll come back to there. Now on the inside covers, just as I have done on this one here, and I have referred to this one quite a bit, I've got a little front cover here, a pocket, and a little pocket on the back cover. So a front and back pocket on the covers, and I've just used an old book page, and I've just gone ahead and cut it to size, and now we'll just do a little bit of decorating. So I'm thinking I might use some of this combination of papers here for my little pockets. And I'm just going to do some random tearing I don't really mind if it's not even. So I'm just going to do just something like that sort of thing. And then I've got a little bit of the coffee stained lace paper. I'm just going to do a bit of a collage and sort of go something like that sort of thing. And then I do like this piece of blue. Or if I use that, this paper pad is lovely. When I first, as I've stated before, when I first started using it, I was a little tripped up with it because it was colours that I've never really worked with. But the more I have played with it, I realise that even though it's mismatched, it still really works nicely together. So I'm going to do something like that. Oh. Okay, so I'm just going to use some glue stick. And I'm just going to stick these down. And how is everyone today? It's still very early this morning. My husband's gone to work, so I have gotten up and gotten organised. But I love this time of the day because it's still really quiet. Alright, so I'm just doing that sort of thing. Trying to level that up. Now, I do like this piece, but I think I might just put a bit of a die cut down on the top of that. What did we do on this one here? So yeah, I just took some papers and one of the die cuts and just layered it up. So we'll pick something from what's left. I haven't got a lot left now. I've used pretty much everything. But I do love this little basket here of flowers. So I think we might use that. And I think that's quite sweet. So just something very simple like that. I might even stamp a number or something in there like that. So we'll start with this one. I will put these down in place. I'm just going to slip that one kind of underneath it like that on a bit of an angle. And then that one straight over the top like that. Oh, I've just done that upside down, just as well the glue's not dry. Alright, so we'll put that one there like that. And then we'll take this one here. Put a bit of glue down on here and just kind of offset him just a little bit there like that. And then what else have we got? I just love all these little bits and pieces. Just something just like that for a bit of interest. Put that one there like so. Now, before I stick these pockets into the actual cover, I will want to sew around them. So, yeah, it just gives you a bit of an idea of what I'm going to put there. So that would be my first, bring it back into camera, that will be my first pocket. A bit of ink and so forth around the edges, and then I will sew around the edges, and just because I love that stitching. So what I might do, if I found my paper clip, I'm just going to clip that back into place for now. Okay, so that's as simple as that is, our first little pocket. So we've got our front pocket, our front cover pocket. Now we'll flip over to the back and we'll take out our back pocket, back cover pocket. And I'm just again going to do the same kind of thing. I'm going to rip that a little bit wider this time. And I'm going to pop that down like so. And I really like this, see, even though it doesn't match, it does match. So I love that. I'm just going to put a bit of ink on that white edge there. Just along there. So I am extremely happy to share that we have found a home, a new home to move to. We were accepted for a new rental, so it's been extremely stressful for me. And yes, so I'm very pleased. It's a very small little, we're going from a 4-bedroom home to a 2-bedroom unit. So I'm going to find that a bit of a challenge. But still, it's a roof over our head. We are moving. We live here in the Redlands in Queensland, beautiful part of the Queensland coast. But unfortunately, we've just been completely priced out of this area as far as rents are concerned. So we are moving down to the Logan area. But my eldest daughter lives close by down there, and it is nice and handy to my husband's work, so there are advantages, but I will miss my beautiful Redlands coast. But anyway, we're here till the end of the month, and then yeah, we'll be moving away. So I'm pleased that that chapter is now closed, and I've, you know, it's difficult when you're packing your house, but you've got nowhere to go to. Now at least I've got purpose again, so that's good. All right, so I really like that. And then I have been using, these came, these are like a washi sticker in a sense. These came in the May mystery box, and I've been using them a lot throughout this project because I just think they're really lovely. So I'm just going to take something. Oh, that one's cute. And I'm just going to pop that one just up there. Just like that sort of thing. Now again, before I stick this pocket into the book, I will want to sew around it. So, I want to add some sort of die cut on there as well. What have we got left? This picnic basket is gorgeous, but I don't think I want to do that. That's lovely. And I do love the gloves as well. Not too big. Just something like that sort of thing I'm going to put down on there. So again, I'm just going to stick those down in place. Put that one like so. Grab my little, what's this one say? Safety matches. The scissors. Safety match. I thought that was matches. Oh, dyslexia set in again. So just something like that kind of thing. And then once I've inked and sewn around the edges, that's going to look really nice. All right, so that's our back pocket. So again, like I said, I won't stick it down completely at this stage. I will come back with some sewing. So I'll just pin that in place. So that's our front cover and back cover pockets, and our front cover pockets done. I have worked in advance, and I have made some of these little journal spots with the lace dyed paper, coffee stain paper, and they're really simple to create. All I have done is taken an A4 sheet of paper. Now they measure about 29 point something or other centimeters in length. So I've just cut them down into 3. So I've just cut it 10 centimeters, 10 centimeters, and then the last one's 9 point something. So that's created that kind of effect. And then I've just folded it up to make a little, it could be an envelope. You could sew it closed to make it a little envelope. And then I've just taken a piece of the paper, that Rose's print, and just put that down on there. So they're really, really simple to create, the little extra journaling spot. I've also taken, in this paper pad, there was three different sort of landscape scenes throughout. So I've taken this one and I've just laid it down onto the coffee stain cardstock, and I've just made a little bit of a tuck pocket. So we'll pop that one into place. just in advance, I did my machine stitching, and I just took a little die cut piece that you could actually use as a little tuck spot should you wish to. So we'll just, where's my glue? Here's my glue. We'll just pop that one into place. And I've just made the little, just these little side flappy pieces on my pocket, so that it just gives it that little bit of extra room to put more ephemera in. Okay, so I've just glued that down on 3 sides, and I'm just going to try really hard to get this to lay down. I've got glue all over me. Okay, so just really simple, just like that. We'll give that a minute to dry. Just straightening it up a bit, I'm a bit off. Alright, so I'll just press that down, give it a nice firm press. And then that way we've got a nice big tuck pocket like I have done in this one here. This nice big tuck pocket here. So, that's not good. Alright, so that's that one. That's not really sticking very well, is it? But there is glue there. So we've got a nice big tuck pocket there. I have made this little flip out piece, and I have got what I've used. I have the packaging that came in with the die cuts was so pretty that I've just cut a couple of just journal tags from it. Now again, I haven't had the opportunity to sew around these yet, but I've backed them onto the coffee stained lace paper, and they just fit really nicely in there. They do make really nice little journal tags, and I've filled it full of all the ephemera from the kit. Just little bits and pieces there. I've also got this lovely stamp, the Postal Traveller stamp, so I've stamped out a couple of those, and that's a little pocket there with some assorted ephemera. Then the 2 tags at the back, and then this one over here, I've got a pocket behind with some more ephemera from the die cut pieces, and then another little pocket in the front just with some tags from that stamp. And then I've just punched a hole and put a Tim Holtz philosophy tag on that. So I'm just going to pin that in place with a little bulldog clip. So that's that one. And then I've got another journal spot on the back there, my center page. And then I've just created a little, I've taken another scene from the paper pack, and just like I did with the other one, I used a slide, and I took part of the page for the big journal tag, and then another part of the page just to put in for the little specimen slide, so they kind of match, same scene, and then just a little bit of the ephemera, the die cuts, and then again another philosophy tag. So I'm just pinning those in place there. I'll show you the other one from the other book. So that's the one I did in this book, and then I've created a second one there. And again, I've got another little I've got three of these little journal spots. Where did this one belong? Oh, that's right, here in this front pocket. So what I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to tuck it into the pocket and just let that little bit hang out that other side. All right, so now I've got a few pieces of ephemera that I just want to place into some of these pockets. So I just did a little collage tag. I used the paper and the lace coffee stained. I cut a floral from the packaging and just laid it up with some sewing paper pattern and some gold fibre and just a little bit of a collage. So that one looks really sweet in the front right there. I've also got just a couple of the die cut pieces from the sets. Sue sent me 2. Actually, I don't know if I want that one in there. I think I might take this one. This again was part of one of the scenes, and I've just married it up with some lace paper, done some sewing, a little bit of a cotton tie on there, backed it onto the coffee stain card. So I think that one fits in there better because that gets a little bit caught up. I'm going to pop these two ephemera pieces in there as well. And then I think I've still got, oh yes, I still have one, but we'll stamp some more. I've just got another one of these little tickets, so I'll stamp some more soon and I'll put some more in there. So that's our front pocket sort of filled. Now this one here, as I said, I haven't glued it in yet because I want to do the sewing, but we can have that one sitting sort of in there. I've made a little postcard just out of what was left of one of the landscape scenes again. So we can pop that one in there. And then I've got the long, tall journal card from the packaging. So that can go in there as well. All right, so now what I want to do now, I've got nothing for the back here, but that's okay. We will do something for that. So what I would like to do, as I've done in the other one, I've got this page here, which I just love. It's very, as I've said before, it reminds me very much of that willow print that you found, or I don't know, you still might be able to find on dinner sets and things like that, the Wedgwood willow or whatever it was called. So basically what I want to do, I want to divide this page into 3. I want to make 2 tags, and then that middle section I'm going to make into something else. So all I'm going to do is simply cut this down. Well, we'll cut it at, say, 2.5. So that's 1 tag, and then I'm going to cut again at 2.5. Like that. So that's 2 tags, and then I might just trim that one just a little bit. And then we've got a nice, another nice piece for another journal tag, whatever. What I'm going to try and recreate is I've got this one here, and then I've made 2 tags, and then this little piece here, this little journal card here. So we'll try and recreate those. So I'll do the tags first. So all I'm going to do is grab some of the coffee stained card. That's some other lace print, and I'm just going to stick these down straight over the top of that. Oh yes, look, they'll fit in that area nicely. So again, I'm just using a bit of glue stick, and I'm just going to do that. Trying to keep the glue inside the lines. So we'll pop that one down there. Give that a good press. I've just got to find my bone folder. And I'm going to do the same with this piece here. I'm really not a fan of glue stick, I will admit. I love it because it's instant, but I am so messy with it. As you all know if you watch me a lot. Okay, so I'm just going to do that. Give them a good press so that there's no air bubbles underneath. Let them to dry. And then this piece here, I'm going to use a piece of the lace coffee stained paper because I just want it to be a bit softer than a piece of cardstock. So I'm going to lay that, I'll glue this one down. Just like that. Okay, now pop this messy glue stick away. Okay, and then I'm simply just going to cut these away. Oh, please excuse my throat and my coughing. Oh, I feel awful today. When I got home from work yesterday, they were burning. I live very close to bushland, and I understand they're doing their prevention burn so that you know, it doesn't break out in fire. But wow, I have just felt awful ever since. The smoke was so thick. I closed all the house up, but it was like too late. I had already breathed too much of it. All right, so that's a nice thin one. So what I want to do here is I just really want to rough these edges up. I'll show you again how I did this one. I just made it look really old. So I basically, oh, look at that. We had that just about perfect. So I'm just going to go along. I'm just going to use my fingernail, and I'm just going to tear some of this paper down. Just really make it look a bit old. Oh, I haven't got any fingernails at the moment. Just that sort of thing. Just rough them up. Give it a bit of interest. Really easy to do. Rough it right up. It's still a little bit wet from glue as well, so... Just like that sort of thing. All right, so, and then give that a bit of ink, and then that one's finished as well. Now, I didn't sew around that one because I just like that torn paper look, and if I tried to sew, well, you know, it's going to not have that same look. It would look lovely, but I've just chosen not to sew on this one. All right, now when that is dry, it's still quite gluey. When that's dry, that will sit down really nicely. But, so this is our original one, and it tucks in behind there. And I'm going to do the same with this one. Find that piece of ephemera here. And I'm just going to pop this one in behind, just so it peeks out just like that. So that's another piece done. Now with these two journal cards, tags I should say, I'm just going to trim those away from the card stock. Now these these I will sew around. As you know, I can't sew on camera, so I'll basically complete them. I can come back afterwards and sew around the edges. Okay. All right, so I will do some ink on these. Once the sewing goes on, it will look look finished. I don't know. I have ever since I have been creating junk journals and ephemera, I've always sewn, and to me, it doesn't look finished unless it's got a bit of sewing on it. But that's completely optional. There's no need to do that. All right, so that's my two tags, and I'm thinking I might. Let me think. I want to use some, we received in the May mystery box some of this beautiful lace. So I'm going to use that as a tie. I think, I don't know, how did I do the other ones? Let me have a look. I think I cut, yes I did. I cut that down in half, so let's do that. Otherwise it's too thick to go through. Just like that. Now I'm going to just punch a hole. I just keep referring back. What did I do? I'll grab one out. I did put an eyelet in. So again, because I want to sew, I will come back and place my eyelet after I've done the sewing. So I'm just going to use my large hole on my crocodile. Punch my hole and punch my hole on this one, like about that. And then I'm just going to thread this ribbon or lace through. Keeping my fingers crossed that I don't tear the tag. Because that's quite thick, that lace. Once the eyelet's in place, that will safeguard. But anyway, so that's one. And then we'll try for this one as well. That's not sitting as flat as I'd like it to. I'm just kind of concerned I'm going to pull through that tag. Just like that. That one I need to play with a little bit more because I think that's a bit tight there. Like I said, once the eyelet is in place, then I can pull and tug. But what I am going to do, so if you can imagine it's sewn, and then I'm just going to again pick a little bit of something from the die cut set. Let's have a look. What do we got? Something like that. The butterfly. I've got a different idea for the butterfly. I do like these. I think these are like supposed to be book covers or something. So I could put something like that and that. I didn't do that on this one. I actually put a piece down on top of it. But I think I might just make these a bit of a dangle. That's the one I'm looking for. That's really pretty. And I'm going to use a couple of the philosophy tags just attached to a bulb pin. So I just want 2 bulb pins out and 2 philosophy tags. And I'm just going to pick random. And I'm simply going to, with the small hole in my crocodile, I'm just going to punch some little holes in these. Just like that. My crocodile's starting to get a bit blunt. Alright, and I'm just going to load those up onto my bulb pin. So I've got my philosophy tag, I've got that little piece. So when I'm threading my dangles, I always go from smallest to largest. I think everyone would. And I'm just going to pop that onto the lace, just like that. So that's one, and then we'll do again the second one. Philosophy tag. And then we've got this one and this one. And I'm going to load that up. Oh, fell off. He doesn't want to go there. Well, I'm sorry, you have to. And we'll thread that up through the lace. And there we go. So there's our 2 tags like that. No, not that one, this one. So now what I want to do with one of these, I've made the cover with the with a business, one of those window envelopes. So this one here, I want this poking out through the little window. You won't see a lot of it, but it will certainly fill that little gap there. So I am simply going to turn that back to front and pop that there. Like I said, that's not sewn in place just yet, the pocket, but you know, it'll still give you the idea. So it's just kind of poking just through there, and yeah, you can just see a little bit of it there. So that's for that one there. And once that pocket is sewn into place, or stuck into place I should say, then they will sit in there nice and tightly. So that is that one there. And then I'm going to put the second one over here into this back pocket there. All right, so we can put you back into your place, which is in here, like that. All right, now what else do I want to do? I want to do some bigger journal cards. I also want to use, I don't know, that's pretty just like it is. On this one here, I did put a fabric ruffle. But I think that's pretty just like it is, just like that. So see, it would look really nice with a bit of something stuck in there like that. I just don't have, I can always make something to go in that little tuck spot. All right, so the next thing I would like to do, so we've done our 2 tags, we've done our larger journal tag, card, paper, notebook, whatever you want to call it, note. I've done that one. Now I've got to fill this up with a little bit more. I don't have a lot of these left, but the little picnic basket is gorgeous, so that could go in there. I do love this gloves and whips. Randall and Sabin, manufacturers of gloves and whips, so something like that could pop in there. Okay, so I also want to make, again, I've just got to find some cardstock. Okay, so this is my last piece of the coffee stained card. And I just want to make just 2 larger journal cards, basically to fit, one of them to fit in this pocket. So I'm just going to just sort of eyeball a bit of a measurement here. So I'm going to sort of cut it to there and cut it to, let's say, about there. Okay, so use my trimmer, cut it to there, and then that one there. Well, that doesn't look big enough, but anyway, we can make it work, and that one will slip nicely into there like that. And then I'll do a second one, same size, and we'll pop that into the back pocket. So I'm just marking it again, roughly, just eyeballing. That can go there, and this one here. Keep these little bits, we'll use those for stamps. All right, and all I want to do, I've got the lace patterning on the back side, so on the front side, I'm just going to do some collage. I have left, I've got this beautiful piece here, which I would like to use, and I really love that. So we'll just make 2 florals. So I've got a bit of the coffee stained lace paper, and I'm just going to basically pop that down and then some patterning over the top. So I'm just going to roughly, just with my ruler, just tear a bit like so. And I'm just going to pop that down there like that. And I wonder, that could even look nice wrapped around. No, don't want it. So we'll take that bit off. All right, so back with the messy glue stick. I might use this different one. It's not quite as messy. I don't know. It could be. And I'm just going to pop that there like that. Again, once this is all dried, I will sew around these ones. And if it hangs over a little bit, that's okay. We can always trim it to size. All right, so I'm going to do the same sort of design on both of these. So I will again trim that off like that. That kind of thing. Glue that down. Now I'll make them two different. So I'm going to tear. So I'll have to tear this way just to give it that really rough edge, like that sort of thing. I'll put a bit of ink along there. And I'm just going to glue that at the top edge just to give it that. You could make it that way or you could make it that way. So I'll just give it out a bit of glue. And put that down on there. Just like that, and I'll just trim up around those edges. Haven't quite got glue right to the end, so that's that one. And then this one here, I want to use this beautiful pink. So again, we'll just do something like that. Isn't that beautiful, that one? And give it a bit of ink along the edge, that middle edge there. Like that. And again, I'm just going to glue that straight down in place. Just like that sort of thing. And again, I will just trim that away. Alrighty. Now, so we've got our two. Now, I just thought I would just layer up with some of these, a bit of lace. That could be pretty. Got a bit of this gold. That could be nice too. I'll just trim that down. That could be nice like that. But what die cut? So we've got the butterfly. We're coming to the end of them now. I've used pretty much all. That's quite sweet too. We could do something like that kind of thing. That kind of thing. Like that and that sort of thing. I like that. And I'm just going to use, if I can find it, where'd I put it? Excuse me for a minute. You think you're organised, but then you're not. Pattern, there we go, sewing pattern paper. I just like a little bit of this behind it, or I've got a bit of book page. Just this sort of thing, just for a bit of texture. I'll actually trim that a little further down. So we could put something like that there. We could put the gold like that. And then we've got the blue and the butterfly. So something like that is just pretty. I like that. All right, so we'll pop those down in place. So a bit of sewing pattern first. And I'm not going to glue it completely down because I don't mind those sort of floating edges. And a bit of this gold stuff, which I'm just going to do that instead. Put that down on the top like that. And then I'm just going to use a bit of a stronger glue to put around these die cuts, a bit of ink. So I want sort of that one there. I want the butterfly. Butterfly kind of like that. So I'll put those down first. One about so. And our butterfly about there. And then I love this little 10 cents. Isn't that sweet? So I'll put something like that on there as well. Just kind of layer it up like that kind of thing. Now again, like I said, I will sew all around the edges. And I need some sort of little pull on that. Could do that sort of thing. So what I want to do, I just want to cut, I should use the blue to be honest. I thought I had an off cut, but I don't. So anyway, oh yes I do here. So I'm just going to use the back of this and I'm going to just cut around the circle. Just so that the back of this has got some patterning to it. Okay, so this one here I can sew in place there. I'll not sew, glue in place. Just at that bottom area. And this will become my little tab, little pull tab. So just like that. And then on the back of that, I'm just going to pop the circle over the top so that at least from the back, it will have some patterning and not just that white. All right, and that we will just level up as best we can and put that there like that. All right, now that is a bit gluey, but that's okay. Now, if you can imagine sewing and inking all done, and then this one will live happily in this pocket here, just like so. The tab will stick out. And then this one, this is our last one. I kind of don't even mind that just like it is, to be honest. I think that's really pretty. It probably does need something, but I'm kind of running out now. Cherries for a cherry blossom, that could work. I do like this round. I just like to layer them all up. It's quite cute, a bit more red. Well, that one here, only 5 cents. I just love these. They're so vintage. That's cute. I love that. All right, so we might do that now. And I don't even know. I just don't have any cheesecloth handy because I'm packing up to move house. I've packed a lot of stuff away. Being silly, I never even thought about it. So, what else have we got? I don't want to use that because we've already got that. I could use this little bit of gold in there just like that. That's quite sweet. I love that gold. I did have some wallpaper here somewhere if I could find it, or maybe I've used it all up, I don't know. Oh, here it is. So maybe we could use a bit of wallpaper behind there. Just really randomly ripped and something like that. Oh, I like that. That's nice. Okay, so we'll give the wallpaper a bit of ink. And so we will stick that down. And again, I will sew and ink all around these once they're nice and dry. I'll pop that one down there. We'll put our gold in behind there, or in front of there, I should say, like that. And then I'm just going to give these die cut pieces a bit of ink. Please excuse my messy fingers. All right, so we've got the cherries. We've got the big blue, what is this? Rock City school shoes. So we put that one there, we'll put the cherries there. Let's do that. Put this one down in place. Like that. Put our cherries down. Like that. And then I love this little, only 5 cents, and I'm just going to sort of, I was going to use that for something else, so I did punch a little hole in there, so I'm just going to put just a little bit of string through that hole, and just tie a knot, if my fingers will let me. Just like that sort of thing. Put that there. Just gives it just another little element. And we're just going to put that down there like that. All right. Now, that is still very wet. It's not going to sit nicely. But again, once it is sewn and inked all around, it'll sort of take on a different look. I'll show you the two that I had created for this little book. So that's the first one there. Now these were made on index cards, so I have actually packed my index cards without thinking, but yeah, it's similar. So I had done that one there. Oh, cheesecloth getting in the way. I'll put that one there, but the little postcard, this little piece of ephemera that I loved, and then a couple of these stamps in there, and then the second journal card I created was that kind of thing there, and that one just lives in that little pocket. So a little bit different but similar. And then this one here we will put in our the back pocket. And that one can just live down in there like that. And again, once that pocket is fixed into place, then that will sit nice and flush. And I really think that's about that. I think that is our 2 journals completed now. I'm just going to pack up a little bit here. I still have some ephemera pieces left, so you know I'd just probably go through and just continue to tuck them into pockets and things like that. But yeah, I've used pretty much everything that Sue sent me. Got one sheet of the lace paper left, I've got, what is that? About 3 sheets of the cardstock left. I've used all my lace cardstock. And, oh, it's been great. I've had a ball. So I look forward to be able to sew around those things. But there you go. So there is the 2 journals. We'll just go through them really quickly again. So our front cover and collaged with the this was with the blue, the paper kit. The paper pad was called Blue and Green Palette Sampler. So this one was all the blues that I've used, and all the different pieces of ephemera. Big pocket with a journal card in there that we've just finished creating. It slips down in there. And then we've got our couple of journal spots here. A little flappy insert and our journal card in behind that we created. And I've just held those, and I've popped a philosophy tag. Oh, I don't know if you can see that. A philosophy tag. I've just, with the ball chain, and I've just punched a hole through the end there and popped that on there. And it hangs off the edge. Another little journal spot. Lovely big tag with a specimen slide and some more die cuts and another philosophy tag on there. And then another journal spot, and then at the back we've got our pockets with our large index card style journal card, and then that tag and a few bits and pieces of ephemera. And again, once that's all placed properly, it will look much better. And then the very original one that I did was with the green tones. So again, we've just got various pieces of ephemera. I made a journal tag there with a bit of a collage. We've got the blue one that pokes through the little window at the front. In the front here, we've got, another journal card and bits and pieces of the ephemera and the stamp. And then the big journal tag inside of the pocket. Journal spot. One of the flappy inserts with all little bits and pieces, and the really ratty, shabby journal card. And again, another of the philosophy tags just there. Journal spot, big tag with a specimen slide and some more of the die cut ephemera, and another philosophy tag right there. And then our back pocket, again with some tags, some journal cards, and more of the die cut pieces in there. So, thank you so much, Sue, for such a wonderful kit to work with. I have really enjoyed creating. As I said, this was a little challenging for me in the beginning because it was colours that I don't necessarily work with. But once I thought to myself, well, it's called flea market finds, and what do you find at a flea market? Everything. So I just started placing bits and pieces together, and that's when I realised it all just works really well. So different, but works really, really well. Okay, everyone. So like I said, I will link everything, all the products below. If you do want to purchase, don't forget that discount code Lynn, and that will give you 10% off your order. And yeah, thank you so much, Sue, for this wonderful opportunity and to be able to enjoy and play with so many great products. Okay, everyone, Friday today, end of the week, end of another week, another day of packing for me. Please stay safe and keep well, and I'll see you all again soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.